like have a thing where we talk about makeup too.
Yes, we have a beauty moment.
Yes.
Uh,
So the creator. Oh, hi. I'm Chris Geiger. Welcome to No Movies in Hell,
I'm LaClaw Scott, and today we are reviewing The Creator.
which looked amazing on like when you watch the trailer. The
Yeah.
I'm not a sci-fi fan, but this looked like it would be good. The little kid looked really good. I would say that
Oh
the kid.
no, I'm like, this isn't starting out right. Just
Oh no,
kidding.
did you think the little kid wasn't good?
No, I thought she did okay.
I thought the special effects with like the head thing, those
Mhm.
are really good.
Yeah, it was really good. I mean, I actually thought like going into it, I knew that they're a director of Rogue One. Rogue One is a great Star Wars film. Um, I liked, yeah, for the most part, I liked the special effects. It seemed like lots of green screen and really good. I'm just curious to see what like you have to say since you're not a big sci-fi person, and I feel like I'm a sci-fi person.
I thought, I mean, I liked it. It was a little long. There were a couple points where I was like, oh, okay, how much longer is this? But not a lot. Like and it was over 2 hours. So a lot of the movies I think that are sci-fi, I
Yeah,
find myself in. I'm like, okay, let's move this along. I thought the acting was really good. I love Gemma Chan, of course. John David Washington also very good. I thought the kid was really good. There were like question marks in the story, but there always are, right? Like especially in
yeah,
sci-fi. Like I assume that the story is not going to make perfect sense for any sci-fi movie because that's my thing about sci-fi that I don't really like is you just make up whatever you want. Oh, we need the plot to well, we'll just make like it's in the future, so we'll just pretend that that's normal in the future, and
yeah.
like it. There's no sort of it doesn't have to apply the same rules of logic because we're suspending
It's
so much
sci-fi.
disbelief already.
True.
So there were a couple points where I was just like, well, if that kid can do this thing, like, why doesn't like she do that? They remember there were key points where they were in danger, and she could have done this, and then it would all have been fine.
Yeah,
But I guess selective use of it, and it seems in no way draining to her, right? Like,
yeah.
she's
Oh, yeah, that's true. I feel like that would be normalized in like another sci-fi film. I mean, maybe her powers weren't that strong because they did mention that in the beginning, but like I appreciated the world building. I wish that there were more of it. So maybe if this were like a sequel to something that's established the world where, the countries were getting acclimated to AI, like there's definitely a different type of government structure. But I was like appalled by like the US Army and the US like Navy just going into these countries like, hey, we need to stop their AI. Like, well, if they decided that that's what works for them, then that's, why are you there? Like, it's not a world government. Yeah. And I mean, Allison Janney as like a a badass like villain is actually pretty good. And I think the last time I saw her in a film was probably I, Tonya, and she was the villain in that.
so good
What's
in
that like?
everything that I've seen her in. Like, she was in that movie last year. What was it called? It's not just Alice, but it was just Leslie, I think.
Oh
One
yeah.
with Andrea
Okay.
Riseborough. She was in that and she was great. Like I think she's just awesome. It seemed odd to me that like, originally it was this covert mission and we're gonna go in and we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
get like this weapon, whatever it is. And then that the covert aspect of it seemed to go out the window. Like we're gonna bring in these giant tanks now that say US Army on the side. Like that
Yep.
didn't seem to make
It was
sense.
no longer covert. And
Right.
like the fact that the programs didn't defend themselves, it was just kind of like, oh well, we gotta like that's it. There were some plot holes. Mainly for me, I think the turning point for me was when they went they like towards the end they stole a ship that goes to the moon, and they never mentioned moon colonization at all. And I was just like, all right, but I have like, I don't know. I feel like I liked this film, and I think that it could be improved with more backstory. And the one thing I left the theater like saying was like, I wish that like it was this based off of a book. Like, I don't think so. It was just, just a regular film, I guess. But it, yeah.
Yeah. I did think the makeup was really good, where they were like that woman who was the girlfriend of his friend,
Yes.
like
Yeah.
her makeup, like that was really good. And I thought like the fact that he had like was missing a limb, like
Yeah.
a very visible missing a limb, um,
Yeah.
was very good. Uh,
He needed
So yeah,
support from robotics. Yeah, yeah. Covert mission. But yeah, interesting film.
also I
Um,
mean, I figured out who Nimrata was before they tell you. This is a spoiler for anyone who wants to turn this off now. It did seem odd to me that they live in basically a hut,
yep,
on the
a
beach.
nice one
Not very
on the
many
beach.
people. Yeah. But not very many other people, it looks like. But yet she has access to all of this equipment. And she can
Yes.
disappear for what seemed like probably hours and days, days after day. And he doesn't know where she's going or what she's doing, or what does he think she's
Yeah.
doing during that time. Also, like, if you want to hide Nimrata, are you going to put them on the highest possible mountain in a shining brass steampunk
Yeah,
Buddhist
head.
temple?
Yeah, a shut brain, and then be like, well, we don't know where it is. And it's like, well, if the US government has the thing, the ship, and the ship can like auto detect everything in a certain perimeter and start blasting things, how do they forget that? If anything, I actually thought it was going to be underground, like one of the first scenes. And then I was like, oh, okay.
Right, because clearly they have a lot of stuff underground. So why would you not put Nimrata underground? Yeah. So I mean, there were questions, but I did think it was very cool. Like the structure itself, the big gleaming structure, it had a very sort of steampunk-ish vibe. Um, yeah, I thought it was entertaining. I would recommend it, but there were definitely there's some questions.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's one of those films where it's entertaining. I think a lot of learnings will be taken from how technology has evolved in some way. I don't think it's going to be some type of inspiration, but there are little, tips, like little tricks and things that are done that I've never seen in other films. When it comes to sci-fi, like even the design of the robots, like them having kind of their own. They attempted to make them have their own personalities, in a way, uh but yeah, interesting films.
Do you have anything to plug in this episode?
Oh wait, we have slides.
Oh my God, I totally forgot we have slides.
I know, we went like for it.
Here we go.
There's a lot to say about this movie.
You gave the story a little bit higher than I did. I give hair and
Mm-hmm.
makeup a little bit higher than you did. Mostly because of that one woman,
Mm.
actually. Uh, and then cinematography, you went higher. Acting, I went higher. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
And
I
soundtrack,
mean,
you went higher.
yeah, by a single point, even though I had to do the half point for story. It's good. I would recommend it. Yeah, again, I think this the sci-fi, the technological piece is very new, like kind of like what the government does, and kind of, their technologies. There's some interesting things there. Yeah, story, yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I mean, 25 is definitely better than average. Like it,
Yeah.
so it's a good rating.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to plug in this episode?
Well, we are getting into the Halloween season. I feel like there haven't been that many horror films as of yet, but definitely looking forward to revisiting some horror films. So, yeah, and Flowers of
Right.
Killer Moon. Now we're getting into Oscar season, so looking forward to the films that are coming out in the next couple weeks. How about you?
Yeah. One of the movies I was looking forward to that has been delayed as Drive Away Dolls, which is the
Yes. Oh my
new,
gosh, yeah.
yeah. That looks fun, but now it's not coming out till February.
Ah, yeah, these movie delays are terrible.
Anatomy of a Fall is coming out within the next couple of weeks, I think. So I'm looking forward to that. Uh, Killers of the Flower Moon, definitely, I want to see in the theater. I've been watching like old movies in the theater recently, like Farewell, My Concubine was just re-released. That was great. We watched Winter Kills, which is a movie from the 70s with Jeff Bridges, John Huston, Elizabeth Taylor. Like it has a great
Oh,
cast. And I had never heard of it before, but Quentin Tarantino is an advocate of this movie. So we went to see that at Film Forum, and you have to suspend a lot of disbelief for that one too. It's basically a what if movie if Jeff Bridges was JFK's brother. Jeff Bridges is the brother of a US president who was assassinated. And so he's
mm,
trying to figure out like what happened. So it was interesting. Some of it's set in New York, so you get to see New York in the 70s. That was awesome. I don't know if I would recommend it, but it was interesting. I watched a couple movies that Quentin Tarantino has like said, this is a great movie and it's an influence on my work to see like, oh, let's see. And then one of them was Chungking Express,
okay, yeah. Hmm.
which I was also like, would I recommend this movie? Um, so
A
yeah,
Tarant a Tarantino recommended that recently saw was Sorcerer. Um, yeah. So I recommend it. I'm surprised that there aren't like thrillers like that in theater anymore, but it's a good watch and a interesting soundtrack too.
maybe there'll be more now. I mean, they're definitely bringing back other movies. Uh, I think we're gonna see Midsommar because that's gonna come out closer to Halloween, and Dax has never
Yeah.
seen it. So I think we might go see that one in the theater.
Oh, and I think it's the director's cut too. I wouldn't mind seeing that movie in theater again. I love it.
I think The Witch is coming out this week. Yeah,
I love that one too.
yeah. So for all you fans of Robert Eggers, there's something out there for you now. All right. Well, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.